Hey everyone, welcome to Diving In this week. Thank you so much for all the support I've been getting on YouTube and on Instagram. I really appreciate each and every one of you. We're on our road to reach 100 subscribers. So if you haven't already subscribed, it's right there, actually, it's right there. And without further ado, let's just dive in. So today, first we're going to talk about Sarah Everard. Now, Sarah Everard was a young 33-year-old woman who was just walking home from Clapham to Brixton, and on the night of 3rd March, she was kidnapped and murdered, and it was just horrific and has sparked a huge conversation around the world. The person convicted was actually a police officer who was a 49-year-old metropolitan officer named Wayne Couzens. The body was found 30 miles away from where Sarah Everard had started walking home, near Wayne Couzens' establishment. The women of London actually held a vigil for Sarah Everard in the Clapham Park Saturday night.
There is anger and there is outrage in the streets of London tonight over the death of Sarah Everard. Now, hundreds of people attended a vigil in her honor, despite the fact that the event was officially being told to be cancelled due to COVID-19 restrictions. And that led to some clashes between the police and the crowd that ended up showing up.
But this is when it gets even worse, because the police officers actually detained and arrested women at this vigil, saying that they broke rules and curfews. On the other hand, the organizers had set up safe protocols and given rules to everyone who was attending the vigil. Now I ask you, when can women start feeling safe while walking home? Why do they have to always think about wearing flats in case they want to run? Why do they have to feel afraid while walking next to a group of men and their heart starts beating faster, or look behind every 2 seconds just to make sure they're safe, or hold sharp objects like keys in their hands in case something happens? I think it's finally time to stop blaming women and finally start teaching men.
Goddamn right.
And now we move to a little more serious topic. But before I do, I'd just like to let you know that this could be triggering for some people since it's about sexual abuse. And if you're not comfortable, you can skip to the timestamp right here. Now, this is something from the gaming side of things, but it gets a little serious because we're going to be talking about this person called Sinatra, who used to be an Overwatch competitive player but moved into the Valorant competitive scene. For folks who don't know what Overwatch or Valorant is basically a shooter, a team shooter, and similar to Valorant, where Valorant is a team shooter like Counter-Strike. Now, Sinatra was actually scheduled to play this week, but was removed from the roster because of his ex-girlfriend Cleo Hernandez posting this tweet on Twitter about their last relationship. Along with the 9-page document, she also posted screenshots of their conversation with text messages, their Discord conversations, and even an audio clip. Now, I'm not going to be going through all of the 9 documents or the audio clip, but I'm going to be going through some of the points that she mentioned and why this document proves her allegations. Now, Cleo talks about the relationship they had and the 9 months that they dated. He was very manipulative and emotionally abusive. He wouldn't take no for an answer, even though she was uncomfortable or in pain. Moreover, he would also check her location, and if she was even a little bit away from her location or where they talked about where she would be, he would start blaming her for cheating and be very jealous, and also would actually tell her that he would kill himself if they would break up. Now, the team he plays for, Sentinels, actually came out with this statement. We are aware of the current situation regarding Jay Sinatra 1 and have launched an investigation internally. While the investigation is pending, he is suspended from the team. We will provide a further update once the investigation has concluded. Sinatra has now been completely suspended and actually has been replaced by another member called Tenzi. Cleo even says that she was actually afraid the 9 months she was dating and was actually only staying with him because of the suicide threats he told her. If you want to read the entire document or listen to a voice clip or look at the screenshots, they're actually linked down in the description below. So feel free, but again, trigger warning. And for our third topic today, we're going to talk about hashtag Free Britney. Framing Britney Spears is a documentary that came out recently, and it gives us a proper spotlight on what Britney Spears actually went through. As Britney grew up, she struggled a lot. She was a teen artist, and this documentary gives us a correct spotlight on her career, her conservatorship dad, and also the framing of the media. It's actually prompted a lot of celebrities and news outlets to actually come on Twitter and speak about this, and hence started the trend Free Britney, because she's been in this media cage and our perspective of her has been through these TV channels and these news channels, and this documentary shined a light on what she's gone through. She was hypersexualized from the age of like 15, 16. I mean, she's like 12 here. Just take a look at this clip.
You have the most adorable, pretty eyes. Do you have a boyfriend?
No, sir.
Why not?
They're mean.
Boyfriends? You mean all boys are mean? I'm not mean. How about me?
What? Did he just not all men? A literal 10-year-old?
It's so appalling to see these old men asking her about her sexual relationships, her virginity, even asking her if she's lost it or stuff when she's only 16 or 17, like the same age as Charlie is right now. My point here being, we should stop hypersexualizing women from a younger age, and it brings artists like Britney Spears, Miley Cyrus, so many of them, just to name a few, and it's just how the media perceives them and it spoils them in our eyes. So that's why, don't judge a book by its cover. Know the truth, find out what's happening, and make your own conscious decision. It's obviously easy to believe these headlines as they're concocted to be interesting, juicy, and they're there to make a quick buck. You have to understand that these are just purposely taken bad snippets of these celebrities, and it's only a small fraction of their entire 24-hour day. If someone journaled your bad moments, would that really reflect who you are? And that's it for our episode today. I know it was a little bit of serious, but these are important conversations that we need to have and talk about every day. Please let me know what you think about the Sarah Everard case and what the police's reaction was towards the vigil, and also about Free Britney and how celebrities are portrayed in the eyes of the media. I would really love to hear your comments and your perspectives on these stories, as it would really help me. And if you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe, and see you next week.